Today in our 2018 Nissan Rogue, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Etrailer Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number E98846. So here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have it installed in our Rogue. The cross tube is going to be hidden pretty well behind the bumper, and all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. What's really going to set our Etrailer hitch apart from others is going to be the finish on it. It's going to have a nice flat black carbide finish, opposed to the high gloss finish you see on most hitches. This is going to help hide a lot of the dirt and scratches a lot better, and it's just going to blend in nicely with the black underbody panel here at the bottom. It's a Class 3 hitch, which means it's going to give us that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening and have a lot of different options for accessories that we can mount up. The way we're going to mount any of the accessories we choose to use is through the hitch pin hole here on the side. It is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. And these aren't included in the kit, but you can pick them up here at Etrailer.com along with some locking devices to keep your accessories secure. And our safety chain connection points are going to be a loop style welded to the bottom of the receiver tube. And as you can see, we're going to have plenty of room to get most size hooks on or off. As far as weight capacity goes, our hitch is going to have a 525-pound tongue weight, which is the maximum downward force at the end of the receiver tube. It's also going to have a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating, which is the amount it can pull, including the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now, with all those numbers in mind, you should always double check your Rogue's owner's manual and never exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. I'd like to give you a few measurements, and that's going to help you whenever you're looking at accessories for your new hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper, it's going to be right about 5 inches. That measurement's going to come in handy when you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you have enough clearance and that it's not going to come in contact with the rear bumper. And from the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening, it's going to be right about 14 inches. That measurement's going to help you out whenever you're looking for a ball mount to match up to your trailer so you can find the appropriate rise or drop. So now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's show you how to get it installed. To begin our installation, we're going to come underneath our Rogue, and we're going to have a couple plastic panels that are going to be on the underside. Now we're going to remove those, and there's going to be several push pins holding it in place. So you can take a trim panel tool or a small flathead screwdriver, and we're going to pop out the center section of the push pin first. Then I'll take tension off, and then we can pull the rest of the push pin out. There is going to be one in the side that we're going to have to remove as well. Might be just a little bit hard to see at first. Now if we move forward in front of the muffler, just right by our rear shock, we're going to have a Phillips screw that's also holding our panel in. So you want to grab a screwdriver or a Phillips bit and we can pull it out. Now the screw's not going to completely come out, but once it starts to come out, we can grab the panel, we can pull down, releasing the panel, and then we can set it aside. Now the one on the passenger side is going to remove the same way with the push pins and one Phillips screw in the front. Now on the passenger side, we're going to have our factory tow hook. We'll have 2 bolts that are holding it in place on the bottom of the frame, and then on the inside of the frame we'll have 2 more. So we can grab an 18mm socket and pull those out. We pull our tow hook down, and this is not going to be getting reinstalled. On the bottom side of the frame rail on the driver's side, we're going to have several threaded holes, and those are going to be our mounting locations. We'll have one that's going to be close to our exhaust hanger, one that's towards the back, and then one at the very back of our vehicle. Now it's a good idea to go ahead and clean those out, so let's take a little bit of spray lubricant. We'll spray it inside the weld nut. I'm going to come back with a nylon tube brush and make sure there's no dirt, debris, or rust inside so we don't have to worry about the bolts cross-threading. Just want to go back and clean out each one of the weld nuts on the bottom of the frame. And on the passenger side, we're going to be using the two spots that we pulled the tow hook out of. Once all the weld nuts are clean, It's a good idea to come back and grab one of your bolts and make sure that you can easily thread it in by hand. And then we're not going to cross thread them and there's no debris inside. And whenever we do put the hitch up, we'll take our bolt, we'll take a conical tooth washer. You want to make sure those teeth are facing towards the hitch. Slide it over our bolt, go through our hitch and into the frame. Now with the next set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch up. You're going to make sure you go over the exhaust, and then we'll raise it up to our frame, lining up the holes with the weld nuts. We'll take our bolt and washer. You want to make sure you get at least one end on each side so the hitch will support itself. Then we work on getting the rest of the hardware in place. We can come back with the 19mm socket and snug up all our hardware. Come back with the torque wrench, and we're going to torque all of our hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. You want to make sure you repeat that for any remaining hardware. That'll finish up your look at the Etrailer Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number E98846 on our 2018 Nissan Rogue.